Hello, my name is Obaid Alorni. Arabs love the sport of falconry and breeding a long time ago. In the Arabian Peninsula and the Middle East, Morocco and the whole world loves hunting hawks. There are many kinds of hawks among the Arabs, a symbol of courage and strength. They have said that the Arabs are the first to use the Saker falcon.
Saker falcon.
Description and systematics. The Saker falcon is a large hierofalcon, larger than the Le falcon and almost as large as Falcon at 47 to 55 centimeters length, with a wingspan of 105 to 129 centimeters. Its broad blunt wings give it a shadow similar to Falcon, but its plumage is more similar to a La falcon's. Saker falcons have brown upper bellies and contrasting grey flight feathers. The head and underparts are paler brown, with streaking from the breast down. Males, called sakrets in falconry, and females are similar, as are young birds, although these tend to be a duller brown. The call is a sharp K. Adults can be distinguished from the similar La falcon since the La is blue-grey above with a reddish back to the head. However, juveniles of the two species can be very similar, although the Saker falcon always has a uniformly buff top of the head with dark streaks, and a less clear pattern on the sides of the head. A further complication is that some Asian birds have grey-barred upperparts. These must be separated from La on size, structure, and a weaker moustache stripe. Saker falcons at the northeast edge of the range in the Altai Mountains are slightly larger, and darker and more heavily spotted on the underparts than other populations. These, known as the Altai falcon, have been treated in the past either as a distinct species Falco altaicus or as a hybrid between Saker falcon and falcon, but modern opinion, for example, Auta 1994, is to tentatively treat it as a form of Saker falcon, until comprehensive studies of its population genetics and ecology are available. Unfortunately, this species belongs to the close-knit hierofalcon complex. In this group, there is ample evidence for rampant hybridization and incomplete lineage sorting, which confounds analyses of DNA sequence data to a massive extent. Molecular studies with small sample sizes can simply not be expected to yield reliable conclusions in the entire hierofalcon group. The radiation of the entire living diversity of hierofalcons seems to have taken place in the Imean interglacial at the start of the late Pleistocene. The Saker falcon represents a lineage that expanded out of northeastern Africa into the interior of southeastern Europe and Asia, by way of the eastern Mediterranean region in captivity. La and Saker can interbreed. For example, one such hybrid lives at the African Lion Safari in Ontario, Canada. Falcon Saker hybrids are also available. See bird flu experiment described in Ecology and Status. A Hungarian mythological bird, the Troll, was probably a Saker falcon, Kirksensolim. Ecology and Status. The Saker falcon is a raptor of open grasslands, preferably with some trees or cliffs. It often hunts by horizontal pursuit, rather than a peregrine stoop from a height, and feeds mainly on rodents and birds in Europe. Ground squirrels and feral pigeons are the most common prey items. This species usually builds no nest of its own, but lays its 3-6 eggs in an old stick nest in a tree which was previously used by other birds such as storks, ravens or buzzards. It also often nests on cliffs. BirdLife International categorizes this bird as endangered, due to a rapid population decline, particularly on the Central Asian breeding grounds ever since the collapse of the Soviet Union. The United Arab Emirates has been the main destination for thousands of falcons caught and sold illegally for hefty sums at the black market. Kazakhstan is estimated to lose up to 1,000 Saker falcons per year. The species also faces pressure from habitat loss and destruction. The population was estimated to be between 7,200 and 8,800 mature individuals in 2004. In the United States, there are several captive breeding projects. There are currently several successful breeding projects by falconers in Canada. The most dramatic decline of the Saker falcon in Asia has been in Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. On the contrary, A strongly protected and relatively abundant population persists in Hungary. Sakar nests support a species-rich assemblage of commensal insects. Merkel et al. 2004. Sakar falcons are known to be very susceptible to avian influenza, individuals having been found infected with highly pathogenic H5N1 in Saudi Arabia, and H7N7 in Italy. Strains Therefore an experiment was done with hybrid Sakar falcons, which found that 5 falcons vaccinated with a commercial H5N2 influenza vaccine survived infection with a highly pathogenic H5N1 strain, whereas 5 unvaccinated falcons died. This means that Sakars could be protected from bird flu by vaccination, at least in captivity. In the Middle East, the Sakar falcon is the most traditional species flown against the hubra bustard, sand grouse, stone curlew, hares, and other birds. Peregrines and other captively bred and ported falcons are also commonplace. Falconry remains an important part of the Arab heritage and culture. The UAE reportedly spends over $27 million annually towards the protection and conservation of wild falcons, and has set up several state-of-the-art falcon hospitals in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. There are 2 breeding farms in the Emirates, as well as those in Qatar and Saudi Arabia. Every year, falcon beauty contests and demonstrations take place at the Adihex exhibition in Abu Dhabi.
حصريا على شبكة سنة.